Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Zoom with Photoshop, Photoshop Party, whatever you want to call it. I'm still recovering from a week of detention at West Coast School, so what a blast. Oh my God. For those that went, you know how much fun it was. For those that didn't go, I'm sorry. It was a good time. So today we are going to talk about some of the new things in Photoshop. There have been a couple of things in the last, 3 weeks that just, some of it just blows you away. I mean, it's amazing what it does. And I got shown a few things in my class at Photoshop at West Coast School. Some of the students were experimenting with some of the tools going, ooh, and it worked so beautifully. It was amazing. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen, go to desktop. And the first thing I have up is a building. I'm going to remove a bunch of people in the bottom. But before I do, what I want to show is in preferences in Photoshop, they've had a glitch where when you push the zoom tool or any other tool using a keyboard shortcut, if you hold it too long, it will bounce back. They call it spring-loaded tools. And the current setting is down at 200. Right here, I'm in the preferences under tools and spring-loaded shortcuts. The default is 200, which if you hold it for 200 milliseconds, which is like a blink of an eye, it'll bounce back. So I bumped mine up to 694 and everything's great now. I can hold the key a little bit longer and not have to worry about it. So if you're having a problem with that, just go ahead and go to preferences, tools, and then hit the timing sensitivity, take it up 500, 600, or even 800, it doesn't matter. But you got to get above the 200 mark because it's springing back. So
Does it reset itself, Mike?
it, once you set it, it should stay. However, for some reason it went down this time in the last update, and so it's causing a little bit of a glitch. And many people have been complaining about that. So
And
okay,
that's in 24.5.
yeah, I think it might have been before the previous update, before that 0.4. I had the problem. So okay, I have a picture of the Washington Monument. I got my zoom tool, and in the bottom of my picture, there are a bunch of people walking around in my picture. How dare they get in my way? And I could have shot it in a couple of different times to get rid of people and stuff, but I was too lazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to one of the newest tools, which is in the healing brush stack, called Remove Tool. If you don't see it in your latest update, and it's not in the healing brushes, what you can do is go down to your edit toolbar, and it will probably be on the right-hand side. If you haven't edited your toolbar, it'd be the only one there, and just drag it over into your healing brushes, and you got it made. So you just have to click on the three dots down at the bottom. And so this is really cool. You can do it a couple different ways. One, you can go up to the top toolbar and click on remove after each stroke. So I got that set right now. I'm gonna go like this, drag it over, and then it goes slowly and does everything. Boom, he's gone. It works better than the healing brush because all the texture, all the stuff there stays, where the healing brush tends to make it a little bit soft and blurry. I'm going to unclick that. I'm going to click on this guy here, click on this guy, these people, drag it over, get rid of these people. You don't have to be super accurate either. It uses the AI technology to say, hey, these are the things I want to get rid of. And let's get rid of the cop car too. I like police, but not in my picture. He's a distraction. And whatever's behind it, which I think was a guy getting stopped on a bike that day. And so, okay, I've got everything selected I want to get rid of. All I have to do is click on the checkbox up here, hit enter, hit return, any of the above, and it will start working. And then the progress bar shows up and says, do, 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 do. And you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait. And you wait. The more you do, the longer it takes. And takes and takes. It made a little bit of a glitch over on the left-hand side over here where I took people out, but that's okay. I can live with that for now. I can always clone stamp in where it's at over there. In fact, there we go. Hey, go away. Escape. There we go. And then also up here on the top, I'll zoom in even further. These are easy to do because they're super small. J. Keyboard shortcut is J, just like the healing brush and the spot healing brush. Let's see how well it works on the edge here. See how it works with the flagpole there too. I mean, this is like magic. It's amazing. This is called the remove tool. And it is a little slow. It runs through not your machine, but it actually goes into the cloud. The cloud comes back and kicks it in. And we're off. Come on, come on. If I pre-recorded this, it'd be much faster for me to hit fast forward and make it go quicker. But it has a lot of detail. Okay, a little glitch right here, not a big deal. The rest of it's pretty dang good. So, whole lot of people taken out in just a minute.
What about the guy on the edge of the monument? You were gonna that on the left hand side. Did it do it okay?
This guy right here did okay.
Yeah, it did good, did it?
Not bad. So let's try this one right here. See what these guys do. One more shot at it. See how it takes the building behind there.
And part of the flagpole disappeared on that.
On the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Yeah, over here. But that's an
Yeah.
easy fix. Just clone stamp it in. No big deal.
Yep.
I might be able to try running it one more time, see if it kicks it in or not.
Wow.
How about that?
That's amazing.
Whoa.
I'm
God, I'm
impressed.
good. I am amazed with myself.
I am so impressed. I can't believe it.
Okay,
So Mike, if you needed to remove something much smaller,
it's
like-
faster.
wow.
Well, like, let me zoom in real quick. Zoom in there. You know, I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do the moon up here. So I'll just hit J for my removal brush. Paint over it. Make sure I get that little edge right there. Hit OK. Just that quick.
Bye bye moon.
That is like simply amazing. So I won't save that. Let's go to bridge. Where am I? I was going to try something else real quick. Oh, this is amazing. This is the project we were working on in class, and they showed me how well it worked. This guy standing on the stairs right there. I watch it not work this time.
Even through the lattice. Wow.
And hit enter.
So this must be using AI technology.
Wow. Wow.
That is great.
Is anybody impressed yet?
I'm impressed. This was worth the price of admission. I can go home now.
Oh, wait, not yet.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm home.
You like the trash can, but you don't want to lose your beams from the shack.
Yeah.
What?
Pretty good.
That is cool.
It's like it reads your mind. Remove this, but keep that.
It
That's amazing.
it blows me away every time I look at it, and it just totally blows me away. Here's one to really get your attention. I'm gonna fast forward through this one so you don't have to wait. It takes 3 minutes to run this at full speed. So I'm gonna open up Camera Raw. This was shot at 3200 ISO, and you can see the noise in there. So I'm going to hit open. And wow, we're running slow today.
Mike, are you still in beta or is this Photoshop itself?
This is Photoshop itself. And when I see if it does this, open, when you go to detail, there's denoise button. I've already run it on this one, and it turns it into a instead of a NEF, which is my raw filter, it actually changes it to a DNG, and it runs a noise reduction in here. So I'm going to open that, go to window, arrange, tile all vertically. Let's go ahead and do this Command 0 so we can zoom at the same time. And up at the top, it says click here. It says that click here to zoom all windows. So I'm going to zoom all windows, and I'm going to zoom into here so you can see both of them at the same time. That was the noise reduction that was run in RAW. So it's denoise in Camera Raw.
That's impressive.
It would look pretty close to the same with Topaz Denoise AI. I've done experiments, and sometimes it works better with the noise reduction in RAW. Sometimes it works better with the noise reduction in denoise. And if you want, what I can do, bridge, this is the raw image. So you see how bad that is. If I click on denoise, it'll give you a sample where it is right now. 50% is the default for it. You can bump it up higher or drop it down lower depending on how much noise you have in it. And I'm not going to run it at, there you go. But you can see the difference between after, before. So I hit cancel so I don't have to wait. And it says, if I click on denoise, brings it up, it says estimated time right in here, 3 minutes. So instead of us sitting here for 3 minutes waiting for the grass to grow, I had it pre-done. So that's in Camera Raw. And then I did this image just for fun. Open, 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 open. The reason why I pulled this one up is because it's a very dark image, and I wanted to see if the remove tool would work with a very dark image. So I hit J for the remove tool, make my brush a little bit bigger. We'll take this critter out, take this critter out. And if you guys could do the Jeopardy theme song, that would help a whole lot.
Dum, 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 dum.
And this is a really dark image, and I wanted to see if it would work. And it's like, oh my God, it worked. Or it did the first time I tried it.
Nice.
Pretty slick.
How long would that take to take it out using all the other tools, the clone stamp and the healing brush and spot healing brush?
Much longer.
And then it wouldn't be as good either. I mean,
Oh,
It's
no,
hard
no,
to
no.
get it
I
just
would have
right
made it
because-
perfect with those tools. It would have been great. I mean, it's just amazing what it does. It's crazy. So that's the remove tool. Let's go to, okay, for those running beta, when you click on an image and it pops up as beta as your default, in Bridge, what you can do is go to your preferences and then go to all the file type associations. And so like the JPEGs, if you want JPEGs to open in Camera Raw in Photoshop, make sure you click on Photoshop, or you can have it open in the beta. When you put beta in there, all of a sudden beta takes over as default. So you have to change all this, the RAWs and the JPEGs and the TIFFs, so that when you open them, they open in the right program.
Hey,
Okay.
Mike, does that override the Max file association?
Yes, yes, it does.
Oh, great.
And you do that in
But it's-
Camera Raw?
You have to do that either in Bridge or Lightroom to say, this is where I want to open it with. With Lightroom, I think you can say from the develop module, open in Photoshop. And I'm not sure if it picks beta or the other, whichever default is. You may have to change that as well. When I was back in California 2 weeks ago, I had a friend show me her picture that she just found in her treasure box. And this is it. She emailed it to me probably an hour before my class started. And I had not had a chance to run anything on it to fix it. How long would you think this would take to fix doing it the old-fashioned way?
Couple
Hours.
hours.
How many hours
Hours,
Yeah, at least.
or days?
days.
Okay.
Well, when you say old fashioned, you talking the oils, the pencils, or you talking the old Photoshop way? Talk about old or really old.
Well, I'm talking about making it look respectable again.
Not your kind of old, Dennis.
Oh, thanks.
So let me open this in beta, because I want to do some beta stuff to it. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Filter, Neural Filters. And I'm going to go to Colorize to start with. And when I try to colorize, you take that red dress there and it like, wait, it turned it blue. That's not what I want. So I need to go in here, click on there, go to a red, click red, and there we go. Let's make it red over this side too, and we'll drop some red there. So it's no longer blue, it's red like it's supposed to be. Behind her hair here, it is tending to be a little bit yellowish. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to click under there. And it's going to turn it red because that's the primary color to start with. But let's go ahead and try and get it close to, and one thing I wish they did was had a color picker so I could pick a color in here to make it work. They don't have a color picker, so this is
I was waiting for you to use it. So
It would have
Mike
been-
Do that
mentioned
ahead of time.
Yeah, but you got to
True.
get it into here underneath the picture and get it set.
No, pull up your color picker because it's going to give you the, what do they call those code numbers right there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can use the hexadecimal numbers or the
Thank you.
RGB colors. Good
Yep.
idea.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No charge.
But when you're in this filter, you can't go in and pick a color yet. So I'm going to hit cancel.
Is that the same one as in regular,
Same one that's
Photoshop?
same one that's in Photoshop. Nothing changed here. The reason I brought it into beta is not for the neural filters, but for what I'm going to do afterwards. I'm going to run photo restoration. I'm going to bring the enhancement down on the face. I bring my scratch reduction up. Come on, there we go. If you don't bring down the enhancement on the face, what happens is it makes the face like porcelain, super crispy, clear, and the rest of the image is not. So you want it to match up. If you enhance the face and make it that way, it just looks really fake. And you can see down at the bottom, down under the picture, it says processing on device. It does take a little while to get rid of my scratches and other things that are going on with it. But it's like when you see it finished after this, you go, uh-oh, this is working good. And we're halfway home.
So Mike, you went into changing this to beta, not from straight Photoshop.
Both
Um,
of these filters are in regular Photoshop.
Photo restoration. Wow.
Yeah,
Why use beta then?
because of what I'm going to do afterwards. What I do afterwards, you're going to go, are you kidding me? It's that crazy. We're going to do generative fill, which is just amazing. We're at 74%, so we're almost there. We're getting there.
Michael, while we're waiting, what is your feeling about putting the beta version of Photoshop on your computer?
I have no problem with it. It's got the stuff that's going to be coming out in the near future. My guess is some of it will come out in October or September when they do the next major update. So you're going to see a lot of cool stuff then. Okay, scratches are 90% gone. Got this one above her eye we got to fix, but we'll go into regular Photoshop or into Photoshop to fix that. So click OK. And then I'm going to zoom in on her eye really quick, and I'm going to go to where am I? Where am I? There I am. My remove tool. Make it nice and small. And sometimes it takes a couple of attempts at this to fix it. And sometimes it doesn't. And on this one right now, I have it set to remove after each stroke. And it's pretty much doing that. Kind of, sort of. And I got a big goober up at the top up here. Easy to fix. And a little goober here on the side. So in just, what, 3-4 minutes while it's running, I've got it partially done. But this is where the best part happens. Okay. And sometimes if you get a goober afterwards, you can just click on it and off it goes. Okay. So I've got the bottom right, the bottom left, and the middle down here to fix. So let's go to my magic wand tool. It used to be the tragic wand tool. I could use quick selection. Hold the shift key and take those out, take that out. Take that out over here. There's areas that's selected up at the top because my tolerance is set so high. I go to the lasso tool, hold my option key, take out all the stuff I don't want it to play with. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the shift key on my lasso tool and I'm going to drag down the side right here to include a portion of the dress. And then same thing over here. Like I'm going to get rid of her leg. And option key to get rid of this right here. That's a good starting point. Down at the bottom, I have the contextual taskbar, and it says generative fill. So I'll click on that. I'm not going to fill in any information in there, not type in anything, but I'm just going to click generate. And then it's going to go to work. Sometimes it goes fast. Sometimes it takes a little while. This goes up to the cloud, kicks it up there, kicks it back down. And
Cool.
You gotta be kidding me.
That's cool.
Amazing.
is that amazing or what? How much time would you have spent building that back up again? And if I click on the bottom of the dress down here and do it again, it may give me the message it gave me earlier today saying you're violating our standards because it's under her dress or something. It's amazing. It didn't like what I did.
Hmm.
There you go. It fixed it this time.
Ah.
And when you got variations that you can work with up here, 3 different variations, but I'm completely happy with what it did. So I'm not even going to mess with it. Close that one and go up to history. This is before. This is after. How many hours did I just spend on that? It's not quite perfect yet. I mean, it's going to take a little bit more retouching in there, but holy guacamole, look at that thing.
Right.
That's crazy.
Would you show me the before again? I'm gonna get a little screen.
Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and do
Side by side.
a side by side. Let's go duplicate. Okay. And I got them duplicated. We'll go to window, arrange, tile vertically. We have them side by side. And let's go to the original. We'll go to open. Hide that. There you go.
Yeah. Wow.
Is that, it just blows me away. I
That
mean,
is-
that was 5
yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, that would be a couple of days.
So, Mike, can you go into Nick Filters and do sepia tone on it now?
I could do anything I want to it now. You could,
I'm just giving you a rough time. That's pretty slick.
I could do a sepia tone just to make it look. Yeah, I'm still blown away, and I've seen it. I've done this a few times. It's like, oh my God. I was worried when I got this an hour before class that I wasn't going to be able to pull it off in a timely manner, and it went by really quick.
I used it recently, Mike, for a senior portrait where the kid was wearing sweatpants and wished he had gotten a new pair of jeans.
Uh-huh.
I circled the legs with the lasso and I said jeans. And it even had all the stitching and everything.
Amazing
Wow.
what it can do, isn't it?
Yeah.
One of the things that really amazed me is I was playing with it and I had a model. And one of them, she was sitting in a chair crossways, and I just, told her to set her on a beach. It actually built a place for her to sit. I'll put a log out there, a place for her leg. Then another model, there was a hot red light to the side of her, and it cast a red glow on her right side. And I said, well, put it on in a city street, and it actually put a red light over to the side to explain why there was red light on the side of her. So it's so intuitive that it knows what it needs to do, and that's freaking me out. It's witchcraft.
It is. I mean, it's just amazing what you have here. Let's see. Trying to find what I was looking for. And blurring images. Well, let's go with this image here. I don't know if you recognize her or not.
Leanne Rhymes.
Leanne Rhymes, sweetheart. So let's go ahead and we're going to select subjects. I'm going to go close this because I don't want to be in that one. Right click, open with beta. And we'll do select subject. Also in select subject, you have your choice of device or cloud. So you have a drop down where it says select subject at the top. My preferences normally are set to cloud because device, you get them quicker, but cloud, you get more detailed. So if I click on that, click on select subject, it takes a little bit longer because go up to the cloud.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I came across it the other day. It was like, huh? Why are they doing that?
You can see the difference right there. I mean, just a beautiful selection. So let me show you the difference. We'll go.
So I have a quick question.
I have an answer, maybe.
So go down to where her kind of pants start. Go down to it. Keep going, stop.
I'm trying.
So you see that belt loop right there?
Yep.
To the left. I played with that and tried to get it to move over, and I can't figure out.
A long hair?
Yeah. Just to kind of line it out. I mean, I tried to use all the old tools, but
Well, let's go ahead and
maybe I
go
was just doing
to
it wrong. I didn't know.
quick selection tool.
Yeah. So when I was doing that, it would literally move the whole selection around. So I know I was doing something kind of screwy.
Hold my shift key down. And did you want this space in here not to be selected?
I don't know. I was just curious on how you're getting. So
I would do it that way, or I could go to quick mask and paint it in with the brush. So get rid of this. Q for quick mask. And then I need this here. So I'll hit X to bring in the other color. And then go out of quick mask holding the Q key. And you can see there's a little bit of glitching right there, but I can go in and spend time doing that. Quick mask is a wonderful tool for doing that with. But let's go ahead and deselect, go back to select subject. And you notice that my select subject reverted back to device. Whatever the preference is, once you use the other one, it'll go back to the old one. So I'm going to click on select subject again, let it do it. And you can see down at her foot down here, we got a little extra glitch down there. And the hair's not as good, but it's not a bad selection. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to take that anyway. I'm going to invert the mask, Command Shift I to invert mask. So now everything else is selected. Go to generative fill and let's say rock stage concert. Pick something to put in the background or a color to put in the background.
Blue light from the left.
Blue lights on left.
Yeah, part of that guy's guitar is selected.
Lights on left.
You have lights.
Okay, let's do this. Go to quick mask. Oops. I got to get out of the, there we go. Okay, I'm not going to be able to deselect the guitar with that in there, so we'll just run it anyway.
Yeah.
Click OK, run.
You told it lights on left instead of blue lights. So let's see what we get.
I think I said blue lights. I might have
Can
just
you
said
just
lights, I
type
don't know.
that in, Mike?
I just typed that in.
Nice.
Up at the top up here, it gave me 3 choices. There's the first choice. There's the second choice. There's the third choice.
They're all good. Jeez.
Wow.
Let's go with this one and we'll fix this, go to left Q and it says B lights. Okay. We'll change it to blue lights on left, generate. We're going to keep that one anyway.
And Michael, you probably know that if you didn't like those 3 choices there, you could hit generate again and it'll just keep generating over and over and over.
Yep. And you can delete these as well if you don't like any of them.
But for me playing with it, it seems like the more you generate, the more wonky it gets. It starts getting almost desperate
Yeah.
to do something.
But even, I mean, this is pretty cool right there. That's not great. So let's go ahead and take that one and we'll go to my layers down here. And then if there's something I wanted to fix, I could go in and with the mask on there and go in and fix it. So let's see.
Where you get rid of the guitar.
Go to brush, B for brush, make it bigger. And we're going to paint it with white so it X to exchange colors. Get rid of her ankle bracelet. She's been paroled. And to get to this here, all you have to do is hold the Option or Alt key, click on your mask, and you can do the same. That Shift will turn it on and off. Shift. It's not doing anything because she's already on top there. And if I hold Command or Control and click on it, it makes my selection again. Deselect. So that's generative fill. I mean, we can get all kinds of crazy in there, type in all kinds of commands and tell it what to do, but that's like, wow. And then the taskbar at the bottom down here is really cool. In fact, they've modified it since I've last updated.
I like using the invert mask on that. It's just nice and quick.
It is. So what I can do is say remove background. Click on remove background and it's gone. It did a quick selection and remove background. Select subject. Then you can go through across here. You've got your feathering, smoothing, expanding, etc. You've got the inverse. Next one over is transform selection. Create a mask from your selection. Create a new adjustment layer from your selection, or you can fill your selection. And then you can, down here, you can reset the bar position. You can pin the bar position so it doesn't keep ending up there. It will stay down at the bottom out of the way. Because I know a lot of people complained about that bar moving around. It's just a pain in the butt. And then you
I
can
wish
click,
it would save that for opening your next image. You have to pin it each time. It'd
It
be
would be
nice if that's in
nice.
the preferences.
Yeah. Probably once they get it under control, hear a lot of complaints about it, they'll probably fix that. And then you have deselect down here on the bottom right. So a lot of cool stuff there. You can bring up your property panel with nothing selected, and all kinds of cool stuff. So play with it, enjoy yourself. There's a lot more to go. And then also under adjustments, you now have adjustment presets. So I can change this in the blink of an eye. on adjustment presets. I think there's a total of 21 new presets in there right now. So you can go in and do landscape presets. You can do photo repair, creative, black and white, cinematic. Let's do cinematic. We'll do. Where was this when I was doing my image competition prints? Holy cow. Amazing. So there's all kinds of cool stuff you can do with that. That's under adjustments, and it's adjustment presets. Up here on the top. And I think for now, that's enough to get, oh, one more thing. Why not? And it put in all these adjustment presets that I did. It put them all in as new layers with masks, so it's non-destructive. Take them out, delete. The gradient tool, they have changed the gradient tool. So if I wanted to drag from left to right, no, let's change it a little bit. You can do all kinds of cool stuff with this now, and it's a live tool. So you're not stuck with the gradient that you did. You can adjust it and do all kinds of weird stuff to it. You can adjust the colors on here by clicking on the little dots. We can make it a reddish, and let's go to bluish. So just playing with that, I'm still trying to learn how to deal with it. I'm getting there slowly but surely. And close. And we'll stop sharing. Any questions on all that good stuff? I know you've got millions of them, so.
I have a question on something you didn't bring up, a couple of questions.
Okay.
I used to be able to drag a tool out of the toolbar and just position it closer to where I was using it. And the last time I tried to do that, I couldn't get it to come out of the toolbar. Did they change that, or am I just doing something wrong?
Are you talking about the toolbar on the left-hand side, or?
Yeah, I was actually dragging out your favorite tool, the pen.
Uh-huh.
I was trying to drag out the set that has the pin, the different pins settings, and to put it closer to where I was working on a path.
So what you're saying is drag your tool. Whoa, darn, I don't see the pin tool in there. It's missing. So if I was
trying to drag a different tool anyway.
Let's say the dodge tool, if I wanted to drag it out, it does not drag out. They stay in there. They're not draggable.
They used to be draggable. So is there a way to get them out?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, darn.
I don't know if anybody else knows the answer to that.
Okay, so my other question is, since I've upgraded to PS 2023, some of the NIC tools I used to have don't work with it, and some of the Topaz tools. So do you know what's going on there? Is it I tried to, I put them back into where they're supposed to be in their folder with the plugins.
Are they coming up grayed out, or are they coming up?
They're just
there, but not working.
They're not.
I know some of the Topaz Studio stuff is not working with the newest version, and they're not supporting it anymore. However, continue, whatever. See if it works. It's going to work. So yeah, Topaz Studio is working.
Are you on a Mac or PC?
I'm on a Mac.
You could be running into a 32-bit Topaz and stuff. That older stuff could be 32-bit, and Photoshop is 64-bit. So what you might try is if you go to your Photoshop app on your desktop, you can do a get info. I believe there's a button there to force it to open in 32-bit or Rosetta, one of the two. I think for that it's 32-bit. And that
So
might cause those to work again.
they're not even
Under
showing up in
mode.
the plugins in the filter file though, like they used to show up, even though I put them in the filter plugin folder.
Okay,
So-
not sure then.
No, I
Okay,
don't
there's
see that.
another comment out there. Going once, going twice. Okay,
And
any other-
are the Nick filters still working for people?
Nick filters are working.
You might have to upgrade to a newer version. If you've got a way older one, it may not work.
Okay.
Yeah, let me share screen, go in here, go to filter, Nick, color effects 4. I don't know which version you're running, but my Nicks are running just fine.
Okay, I think I'll try upgrading up something. I don't know.
I'm in color effects 4 and it's asked me to upgrade recently and I'm putting off on it. Cause I'm afraid they're gonna charge me again.
Oh, you know they are.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
yeah,
the
that's
key.
why they upgraded them.
Mhm.
Any other questions out there?
For $79, it's probably worth it.
Well, on the Topaz
Yeah.
ones, I was willing to upgrade, but I didn't see the same tools that they used to have. I've got, let's see, Topaz, let me get to it, filter.
I
They
think
do
the
have
only,
their, I have denoise, photo, and sharpen, and those work, but the other ones that I used to have don't work, and I don't know that they have them in a,
I know Topaz,
version.
was it extraction or whatever it's called? I just run the extract stuff off of select subject in Photoshop and it works 10 times better, 10 times faster. And I don't have to do a whole lot of extra to it, so.
yeah, they
Remask
had some,
5.
Hmm?
It's called Remask 5, I believe.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
latest
a lot
version
of those
Topaz.
old ones. Yeah, a lot of those old ones don't work anymore.
Yep.
And they're not
exactly.
supporting them anymore.
And they're not supporting them
Right.
exactly.
Right.
So Mike, my only comment is if Photoshop ever comes up with a little red light looking at me and says, "I'm sorry, Dave, I can't do that," I am going to yank the plug out of the wall.
That's when you
Okay, so
say win.
one person is at least old enough to understand that.
you might get
That's good.
shocked when you do that, you know?
I did. If
Oh
you know
my
the
God.
reference, it doesn't matter, right, Mel?
Sorry,
Just pull
Oh,
the
Dave.
yeah.
plug.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Dave.
Sorry, Dave. I can't do that. How?
Okay, Stacy knows that one too.
Oh, you probably, I just watched that show a year ago again.
Well, thank you everybody for being here today. I'm going to turn off the
Thank you.
recording so you could ask the questions you want to ask without the recording being going.